Everywhere you turn today, people and businesses are going online. Some do it for fun. Some people go online to stay in touch with friends. Others are doing business. Whatever your interests, going online is easy and it's fun. Hi, and welcome to this JCN special report, Surfing the Net. I'm Mitch Jelniker. This is a show about how you can get on the internet and what to do once you get there. There is so much you can do on the internet. Maybe you want a new CD, but you don't want to deal with a noisy, crowded music store to get it. Well, you can listen to a sample, then buy it right from your computer. You can also buy clothes, jewelry, candy, flowers, and a whole lot more on the internet. It's almost limitless. You can try out free computer software from the internet. It's called shareware. You download it to your computer, try it, and only buy it if you like it. You can even upgrade software you already have. And the internet is great for children, too. Lots of schools are on the internet. Kids can have pen pals all over the world, share information, even do joint projects with students in faraway places. Imagine your child is doing a school project on the Hubble Space Telescope. Wouldn't this site be helpful? In fact, there are pictures and information on just about everything imaginable. You can check out the latest movies, even get theater times. You can check stock prices and listen to news.
NPR's Brian Naylor reports the pre-election flurry of activity has Democrats and Republicans racing to claim credit.
Internet email lets you send messages all over the world.
I don't write letters very often at all, but I use email probably 2 or 3 times a day, even when I'm home, or especially on the road, because it's a nice way to stay in contact at a reasonable cost.
And when you send email, it arrives almost instantaneously. The internet is a great place to communicate with friends, explore, and learn. But to get there, you'll need some equipment. A computer is the first piece of equipment you'll need. It will run your internet software and display the information. It doesn't matter if it's a Macintosh or an IBM. There is a lot of internet software available for either system. If you want to enjoy the parts of the internet that use sound, pictures, and video, you'll need a multimedia computer. But if you're only interested in reading and writing, just about any computer will do. Another piece of equipment you'll need is a modem. A modem lets you send and receive computer information over phone wires. Modems come in different speeds. The fastest available right now are 28.8 kilobits per second, usually just called 28.8. The next slower is 14.4, and they go on down from there. Now, if you want sound and pictures from the internet, get a 28.8. If you only want to send and receive text, you can get by with a slower modem, but you'll probably be disappointed by the amount of time you have to wait for things to happen. Now, I've been holding up an external modem, meaning it's outside of your computer. You can use a cord to plug it into a serial or parallel port. You'll also have to plug in a power cord. And most people use internal modems, which plug into an expansion slot inside your computer. If your computer didn't come with a modem, any hardware dealer can help you buy and install one. Well, you'll also need a phone line to plug into the modem, and you can use an existing phone line at your house or your office, but if you plan to go online a lot, you might consider a separate phone line so you don't block your telephone service. In addition to the hardware and the software we've talked about, you're going to need an internet service provider. It's a service provider's job to hook you into the internet. There are various high-speed connections to the internet, but if you're just starting out, you'll probably get what's called a dial-up account. Your computer dials a number, the modem in your computer connects to the modem at your service provider, and your service provider connects you to the internet. There are a few different kinds of service providers. Regional providers, which are usually small and have only a local number in one area. That means if you travel, you have to dial in long distance. National providers are usually larger. They often have local numbers all over the U.S. That means wherever you go, you can dial in on a local number. Then there are online services like America Online and CompuServe. These usually offer different services like chat groups, magazines, and stock quotes. Access to the internet is just one of them. Shelley Myers runs a local service provider called Intrasnet. Shelley, what's the difference between these 3 types?
Well, there are benefits and drawbacks to each of the 3 methods of getting connected. With the large national online service providers, such as America Online, your setup and installation tends to be quite easy, but it can be more expensive, and you may not have full access to the internet. With a true internet service provider, whether it's national or regional, you're going to have full access to the internet. Now, with the national service providers, it may be a little bit cheaper, but from the regional providers, you're going to get the highest level of service and support.
What do we look for when we choose a provider?
Well, obviously the first thing people tend to look for is cost, but I would recommend against making that the only criteria for selecting, because as with anything else in life, you tend to get what you pay for. I emphasize reliability and service as things to look for. Reliability means that when you call with your modem, you're not going to get a busy signal, and you're going to have good fast, reliable connection to the internet. And then in terms of service, it means that if you have any glitches getting up and running, you have an actual person that you can talk to on the phone who's going to walk you through whatever it takes to get you up and running and having a productive internet experience.
Good advice. Thank you, Shelley. So the key things to look for in a service provider are reliability, technical support, and cost. Now, once you're wired into the internet, that's when the fun starts. Sound, pictures, video, it's all on the World Wide Web. How do you surf it? Well, that's next when this JCN special report, Surfing the Net, continues.
I dreamed about a better job, but that required a better education. I dreamed about a better education, but I couldn't afford to give up my job. Then I heard about the College Connection and changed my life.
Through the JEC College Connection, we bring recognized universities to you. Earn everything from business to nursing degrees using videotapes, internet, and more. Same requirements, same degrees as if you went on campus.
So, what's your dream? What are you going to do about it?
This is the Silicon Prairie, where we get 30,000 calls a day here at Gateway 2000. How come?
Because it was the best value.
I got my money's worth.
We built the computer that I needed.
I needed a high-performance machine, and that's what I got.
And they were great. I felt comfortable right away.
Great big boxes look like a cow.
I got a fork!
Gateway computers feature the Intel Pentium processor. To find out more, call 1-800-GATEWAY. Isn't it time you called?
Hi, Chuck. Here's lunch.
Thanks.
How's business?
Not bad. Yours?
It's okay. Hey, what's that on your screen?
Oh, that. QuickBooks accounting software from the makers of Quicken. I called a toll-free number and got a free trial version.
My system works fine for me.
That's what I thought. But if you have bills to pay or customers who owe you money, you really ought to try this.
Yeah, I really don't have time to learn new software.
Well, if you can write a check, you can use QuickBooks. Answer a few questions, and it tailors itself to your business. Now I create invoices like these.
Yeah, but my business is so different from yours.
But that's what makes QuickBooks so great. It's the #1 software for any small business. It has accounts payable, accounts receivable, even payroll and inventory, and you never have to enter information twice. There's over 60 customizable reports that put you in control. Know if you're making or losing money.
Sounds pretty good. I'm going to get that free trial version.
Nothing to lose.
Call 1-800-219-0505. That's 1-800-219-0505.
Welcome back to Surfing the Net.
The World Wide Web is like television, radio, and a library, all rolled up into a convenient, easy-to-use package. You can browse text, pictures, even audio and video. And on the web, you can hop from place to place with just a click of a button. Well, Shelley Myers is back with us. And Shelley, how do you browse or surf the World Wide Web?
Well, first you need to be connected to the internet, first of all, and then you need the right software. And the software that you need is called a World Wide Web browser, or a web browser for short. And what that browser does is it gives you access to all the information that's available around the world on the web. So, for instance, we can find out information put up by businesses, organizations, governments, libraries, you name it. There are millions and millions of pages of information out there, and the browser is our way into it. So that's how that works.
Sounds like fun. So where do I get a browser?
Right. Your internet service provider should be able to help you either download one from the net or they can give you one. You can also get them at retail software stores or via mail order.
So once I've got my browser, then what do I do?
Let me show you how it works.
Okay.
What we're looking at here is a very popular browser called Netscape Navigator. It's one of the most popular browsers in use today. Another popular one is Microsoft Internet Explorer, which comes bundled with Windows 95. But there are many, many browsers out there. So we'll be working today with Netscape. And what you're seeing is pretty standard for what a web browser looks like. They all have the same sort of functionality. And we're looking at a typical web page or website. And as you can see, there's text mixed in with graphics, and some of the words and phrases are highlighted. The way this works is that this whole paradigm is called hypermedia, and what we've got here are links or hyperlinks to related information. So for instance, here I see I might want assistance. Okay. If I click on this, it's going to bring up another page of information that's related to the topic that I just clicked on. And here, online support, if I click, it brings up an entire different page of information about technical support. And this is where I might get all the help I might need on using the Netscape browser itself, questions answered, things like that. So as you can see, you just click on highlighted words and phrases, and it will